Hello and good evening, everybody. William, you've moved. My name is Muyanga. I am the impresario of the Less Good Idea. It's the first time I've said that to a public. Thank you all for making it out here tonight. What we will share with you today is in 3 parts. And this is all the opening of what we are calling the visual radio plays. It's a series of radio plays that we've newly commissioned. It starts today and carries on until the 6th. I'll tell you a bit more about those at the end of tonight. For the first introduction, we are presenting not quite a radio play. The proposition here is to do a reading for you. And it's a play written by our father here, the Prof. Wole Soyinka, who arrived during the early hours of this morning, so already here. With Baba Bankole, who is his publisher from Lagos, and we welcome both of you. And what we're going to attempt is a reading, but it's a reading that has sound. So we're thinking about the oral. This cast, who I will introduce you momentarily, is the cast of the radio play series. So you are welcome to come and see them perform in 6 new plays that will perform from tomorrow onwards. But for tonight, we will give you this reading. It's a play written in 1972, and it addresses sacrifice, bloodletting. We won't be able to do the entire play, so we'll perform an excerpt of the introduction. But in essence, it's the story of the god Dionysus, also known as Bacchus, also known as Zagreus, and also known as Bromius. And he's a god who's very offended by the citizens of Thebes who have failed to recognize his divinity. So he's come to punish. And the punishment involves bloodletting, what the Greeks in ancient times used to call sparagmos, which is the pulling of the body from limb to limb in order to spread the blood. And the idea is, in the end, hopefully, this sacrificial performance leads to a renewal, a possibility of regeneration. What we will perform for you is when Dionysus is arriving, but still slightly invisible, and the characters are speaking amongst themselves. Everybody can sense that something new, strange, dangerous, and potentially also inebriating is occurring to them. But no one yet understands what it is. To achieve this, we need a chorus. The chorus is the village. It's the conscience of the people. And so I'm going to appeal to you to join us from your seats. We will teach you in a very quick, efficient manner the parts. Don't be scared, because we will all be there with you. I'd like you to meet the rest of my cast members here, so we will go from my left.
I'm Qondiswa James, and I'm going to be reading for The Slave and the Weeping Bacchant.
I'm Vanessa Cooke, and I'm reading The Herdsman.
I'm Balindile Ngcobo, and I'll be reading The Slave Leader.
Katlego Letsholonyana, the narrator.
Tony Miyambo, chorus and whippist.
William Harding, and I will be reading Dionysos.
Stompie Selibe, the percussionist.
Manganye, the percussionist.
Simphiwe Bonongo, the lightning.
And so we begin. I'm going to teach you your parts in tune. The chorus is there, the text is there, Bromias, bromias. Bromias, bromias. And bromias, bromias. Bromias, bromias. That's very nice. Not too slow. Sing song. Don't speak it like a normal person. This is nothing to do with normality. The next section we have for you, for the chorus. Blessed, blessed, thrice blessed are we. Dionysus is our God. Again. Blessed, blessed, thrice blessed are we. Dionysus is our God. Now you get it, right? You already ready? Let's do Bromias one more time and then we'll come back to Blessed one more time. Here we go. The light takes a while to communicate. 2, 3, and. Bromias, bromias. Bromias, bromias. Bromias, bromias. Bromias, bromias. That does happen 4 times. Don't doubt. And the next section. 2, 3, and. Blessed, blessed. Thrice blessed are we. Dionysus is our God. Once more. And. Blessed, blessed. Thrice blessed are we. Dionysus is our God. Yeah. So remember, we are ancient Greeks. We are not Englishmen. It's not Dionysus. It's Dionysus. Dionysus. Athena, I hope I'm getting that right. Dionysus. Okay. We're ready. Now we're ready.
One side, a road dips steeply into lower background, lined by the bodies of crucified slaves, mostly in the skeletal stage. The procession that comes later along this road appears to rise almost from the bowels of the earth, the tomb of Simile. Smoking slightly is the one side. Behind the shoulder of this rise, green vines cling to its charred ruins. In the foreground, the main gate to the palace of Perseus. Farther down and into the winds, a lean-to built against the wall. A threshing floor, a cloud of chaff, and through it, dim figures of slaves flailing and treading. A smell and the sweat of harvest, ripeness, a spotlight reveals Dionysus. Just behind the rise, within the tomb of Simile, he is a being of calm, rugged strength, of rugged beauty, not of effeminate prettiness, relaxed, as becomes divine self-assurance, but equally tensed as if for action. An arrow drawn in readiness for flight.
Thebes taints me with bastardy. I am turned into an alien, some foreign outgrowth of her habitual tyranny. My followers daily pay forfeit for their faith. Thebes blasphemes against me, makes a scapegoat of a god. It is time to state my patrimony, even here in Thebes. I am the gentle, jealous joy, vengeful and kind, an essence that will not exclude, nor be excluded. If you are man or woman, I am Dionysus. Accept. A seed of Zeus was sown in Semele, my mother earth, here on this spot. It has burgeoned through the cragged rocks of far Afghanistan, burst the banks of fertile Tmolus, sprung oases through the red-eyed sands of Arabia, flowered in hills and gorges of dark Ethiopia. It pounds in the blood and breasts of my wild-haired women, long companions on this journey home through Phrygia and the Isles of Crete. It beats on the walls of Thebes, bringing vengeance on all who deny my holy origin and who call my mother slut.
He looks down on the clouds of smoke wrapped round his feet. Rising from the tomb, he scuffs the ground with a foot, scattering ashes and sparks.
Something lives yet. There is smoke amongst the rubble, live embers. The phoenix rises, and that is life. Wings from cooling cinders, tendrils from putrefaction, motion from what was petrified. There are green vines on the slag of ruin, mine. As on the mountain slopes, clustering and swelling, they flush, they flood the long parched throats of men and release their joy. This sacrament of earth is life. Dionysus!
From the direction of the crucifixion slope comes a new sound. A liturgical drone, lead and refrain, a dull, thin monotone, still at some distance. A headsman carrying a jar darts across the stage to the threshers. A headsman, slave leader.
I think I hear them coming.
What did you say?
The masters of Ulysses. They've begun the revels.
Revels?
Which one of us is the victim this year?
That old man of the king's household. The one who looks after the dogs.
He's old enough to die.
He'd better survive. Shh. I've said it before. If another of us dies under the lash,
the jug is passed to him again. He takes a long draught. Sighs.
There is heaven in the juice. It flows through my lips and I say, now I roll the sun upon my tongue and it neither burns nor scorches. And a scent-laden breeze fills the cavern of my mouth, pressing for release. I know that scent. I mean, I knew it once. I live to know it once again.
I think I understand you. Forget it, friend.
A sense of freedom is not easily forgotten. Have you ever slept, dreamt, and woken up with the air still perfumed with the fragrance of grapes?
There is no other smell at this time of the year. If you live in the hills, that is. It gets oppressive sometimes, to tell the truth. You know, rather cloying.
Surrounded by walls, one can only dream that one day...
No, not you. No one will ever trust you outside of the city walls. Dissimulation is an art you will never master. You need the sly humility, the downcast eye. Yes, sire. King Pentheus, no, sir. Honorable eunuch of the Queen's bedchamber.
Let's speak of better things. Tell me of those hidden vineyards. They're like my buried longings. I know each precious acre of their forbidden terrain, inch by inch. And I know I envy you. The air of Thebes is sterile. Nothing breathes in it. Nothing really lives. Come closer. Distend your nostrils. Now breathe in. Deeply. Smell.
Look, if every time I bring you wine, you have to get...
Do you smell anything? Anything at all? After the hills and the vines and the wind, can you smell me? Do I live?
You promised.
What does it matter? An open-air slave or a walled-up slave? We all fold our arms and thank the gods for a generous harvest.
Generous is not the word for it. The vines went mad, so to speak. They were not themselves. Something seemed to have got under the soil and was feeding them nectar. The weight that hung on the vines, even from the scrubbiest patch, each cluster, pendulous breasts of the wives of Kronos, bursting all over with giant nipples.
I felt it on my tongue. The sun has left the heavens and made a home within the grapes of Moesha.
You may say that. It was a joy to tread them.
The liturgical drone is now very close.
They're nearly here. I must go.
Wait. Suppose the old man dies?
We all have to die sometime.
Flogged to death? In the name of some unspeakable rites?
Someone must cleanse the new year of the rot of the old, or the world will die. Have you ever known famine? Real famine?
Why us? Why always us?
Why not?
Because the rites bring us nothing. Let those to whom the prophets go bear the burden of the old year dying.
Careful. The palace does not need the yearly feast of Ulysses to deal with rebellious slaves.
Look, tell them on the hills. Tell your fellows up there.
What?
Nothing. Tell them we are also waiting.
The herdsman goes off the same way as he entered, led by a solemn figure who is the master of revels. A procession emerges and proceeds over the rise. First, the master of revels. Next, the black-robed priest entwining a liturgy, punctuated by handbells. After them came a group of vestals in white. The first pair carry fresh branches, the middle section garlands and flowers. The last pair carry bowls. The vestals are followed by an old man, Teratius, completely white-bearded, dressed in white might approximate to sackcloth and ashes, who carries a bunch of used twigs. Behind him are four stalwart figures in red, armed with strong supple lashes. places, the priest rings the bell, upon which the two maidens in front of Teresias dance and sprinkle him with what might be ashes or chaff, while the four men lay into him from all sides with their whips. A struggle of crowd follows. This sedate procession passes through and around Dionysus without seeing him and proceeds downstage towards the gate of the palace. The slaves have stopped work and are watching. A small ceremony of cleansing is performed on the palace gate. The priests take branches from a bundle borne by the two leading girls, symbolically scouring the gates with them. Then pile the used twigs on the bunch already borne by Teresias. He is sprinkled and flocked as before. At the sight of Teresias, there is distinct surprise and agitation amongst the slaves. Suddenly, Teresias appears to wilt, collapse. A further stroke of the lash brings him to the knees. The entwining continues without stopping, and the lashes, 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 and the lashes. As he falls down, a bright flash reveals Dionysus on the tomb of semen. All action ceases. The music of Dionysus.
Blessed are they who bathe in the seminal river, who merge in harmony with earth's eternal seeding. Blessed they whose hands are cupped to heaven. Their arms shall be funnel for the rain of understanding. Blessed all those whose feet have trodden the dance of grapes, whose hands have nursed the vine, earth's gentlest binding. Blessed their joys in their common sacraments, whose beings open to intuitions in liberation of the grain. Blessed, thrice blessed, the innocence of acceptance, the arms that reach to welcome a God. Blessed, thrice blessed, the moment of recognition of a God without as the essence within.
Blessed, blessed, thrice blessed are we. Dionysus is our God. Blessed, blessed, thrice blessed are we. Dionysus is our God.
It has fallen to me at last. Fallen. All fallen to me from the raving satyrs. Fallen at last to me to celebrate his name. Dionysus! Stranger, honeyed voiced, spokesman of my God. Tell us tales of what you know. Sing to me again of Dionysus.
Bronwyn. Thrice blessed are we. Dionysus is our God. Blessed, blessed, thrice blessed are we. Dionysus is our God.